Hello, everybody. Today's topic is going to be about how to keep your mind busy. A lot of people have been speaking to me recently about the lull of time between training in the morning, going to work, getting home in the evening. If you don't train a second time in the day, you've then got from work the whole evening to sort of get through, if you like, before you're back to training again in the morning. This pushes some people to go to the gym twice. Some people enjoy the gym twice. Some people do it, I think, to escape the boredom of nothing else going on. So the question I've been asked is, how do you keep your mind busy during the week? How do you keep that focus so that you don't fall back into bad habits? Some people are battling with giving up alcohol. Some people are battling with stopping smoking. Other people, there's all sorts of different stuff going on. So the first question you've got to ask yourself really is, why does your mind need to be busy? And this is a big thing that I've learned recently, over the last couple of years. Your mind doesn't always have to be busy. It's almost like we panic if we don't have something to do, because we always feel like we should be doing something. Whereas in actual fact, getting some peace, getting some quiet, having that moment where you're not waiting to do something, you've already achieved what you needed to achieve, we should allow ourselves that moment of peace. For me, gym in the morning is exactly why it's in the morning, so that I can get it done, get the work out of the way. I'm then free to go to work for the day, or if I have a day off, if I'm lucky enough to have a day off, I've got a whole day ahead of me then where I can go, right, are there some jobs around the house I need to do? Is there some DIY to be done? Are there other bits I've got to do, like these videos? And then I get them done. And then after that, to my mind, I'm free. I'm free of daily pressures. I'm free of commitments. I'm free of all of the stuff that I would have still had to do had I not got it done in the morning. I personally love the peace and quiet. I love having those moments where you can sit back, relax and go, do you know what? It's okay to not have anything to do. And I think the only way you can get used to it is by just forcing yourself to do it for a period of time. And eventually you'll get used to it. And I'll be honest, it isn't easy. It certainly isn't easy at the start. I used yoga and mindfulness, headspace apps, things like that in the early days to try and help me focus my mind on nothing, if that makes sense. I didn't want my mind to be buzzing and busy all the time, because ultimately it's exhausting. And what we all tend to do if our minds are busy constantly is fall off the wagon. And generally that fall tends to be quite big depending on how long we've been on it. I know previously I have spent time dedicating myself to the gym, dedicating myself to a diet, and then fall off the wagon. 2 months later, I'm back where I started because I've put all my weight back on. I've stopped training again. All of my bad eating habits have crept in. And it's because I didn't allow myself the time I needed to learn how to just be at peace when nothing is going on. So I always try to fill the time. It's kind of like someone who smokes or who's trying to give up smoking. When they're at work, they still go out and smoke because they want that break. And they don't know what else to do with their break. So they just smoke. Or the people saying, I smoke out of boredom. Okay, I kind of get that to a point. You smoke out of boredom. But how many millions of other things are there you could do to stave off that boredom? It could be find a hobby. Not long ago, as sad as this may seem to a lot of people, not long ago, I spent some time building Airfix models, like World War II aeroplanes. I didn't keep any of them. They're not displayed anywhere. I built them, painted them. They're all glued together. I looked back, I went, great, that was 2 hours well spent, and then I threw it in the bin. But those 2 hours were better spent doing that than drinking, sitting on my bum watching films, smoking, going out to bars, or doing any other kind of toxic behaviors that ultimately aren't good for me. So if you need your mind focused, do it in short periods. Build up to longer periods of time when you don't have anything to do and you're okay with that. And if you're really, really struggling, just find a positive gap filler. And it doesn't have to be cool. It doesn't have to be something that anyone else understands. It could be going for a walk. It could be climbing a tree. Or it could be literally anything you want it to be. For me, it was Airfix models. What I do now is I do mindfulness, like brain training apps and things like that. If I'm bored, I'll do that. Jump on Reed, the website Reed, and they'll, as REED, and they always have flash sales on courses. I picked up a motivational speaking course for £10. It wasn't the best, didn't learn loads from it, but it kept me busy for a bit, and I did pick up some things from that, which I will now take with me going forwards so that I can continue to deliver talks and make them useful for my audience members. So there are loads and loads of ways you can develop yourself, learn a new skill, learn a language, learn an instrument. There are millions and millions of things we can do. The only thing that holds us back is a limit of our own imagination in terms of what we're used to. We are used to doing a few specific things, and when we run out of those things, we start panicking. What can I do? What can I do? The world is full of opportunity, absolutely packed full of opportunity. And all we need to do is have a sit back and think, do you know what? I've got spare time. I've got free time. Brilliant. Rather than caning myself with the gym, work, and having nothing else in my life and then feeling depressed about it, I'm going to learn something. Learning is what keeps you young. Learning is what keeps your brain ticking over and your brain developing. It helps de-stress you. It's invaluable. So my advice to anybody who is struggling to fill that time, learn how to not need to, first of all, and then focus on what you can fill some of that time with that's positive. Have a great week. Speak to you again soon.